I was staying at a hotel that was actually a student housing hotel, um, trying to go back to school and get my degree. Um, so they took this place that were like a Hilton. It used to be a Hilton in like the 80s. And they turned it into like student housing. So it's like uh, studio apartments basically, but a motel room with studio apartments. And you get a view, you get a balcony. And on December 29th, I decided to, um, not really decided to, I walked out on my balcony because I heard some people talking. And I fell. I tried to lean back and talk to him that way. And as you see, I have this chest plate, or not chest plate, it's hot heart monitor. Keeps me, knows that I'm alive. I guess they know I'm alive. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. Not doing this pity or, but I'm in a really nice hospital. I didn't ask to go to this hospital. It was the only orthopedic place that could operate on my particular procedure. Um, it's a procedure that involves every pelvic bone in my body has been crushed. Long story short, I fell off a fifth floor balcony. On my balcony, a fifth floor, um, which used to be like a Hilton, but now it's just like it was my townhouse from my student apartment. And I was trying to talk to somebody. I leaned back and I completely flipped. And what saved me is I landed on a. Sorry, I'm sorry. I won't mess with it again. I landed on a car. And I remember it like very vividly. And as I was falling, I went to get the rails, and the rails only pushed me further back. Instead of pushing me forward, it kind of flipped me even more back. And I backflipped head first going down. And I pretty much was sure that I was dead. Um, but I'm not. Praise God. I've always struggled with my religion and my beliefs, but for someone to fall from the fifth floor of a 9 foot floor, a 9 story building, and be able to live and talk and tell you about it, um, is pretty amazing. I in a town where I know nobody. I live in a town where I don't know anybody. I picked that town because my mom needed me to come back, um, to help her with my stepfather, who's not doing too well himself, and now she's not going to be able to help me. So, but I moved back, but I couldn't live with her and him, and so I decided to go back to school and found an affordable place, and I fell by accident, and I destroyed my femur. It's crashed, just crushed. Every bone that's not supposed to be bone or to be broken, that you don't want to be broken, has been broken. Um, I can provide all the pictures for that later. I punctured my lung. I They don't have the tube in it anymore. but it's still, I still have to breathe on and try to keep it in between the line, but I also crushed my, uh, or fractured my chest plate, shattered my ribs on the right hand side because I landed on the windshield of the car and the hood and somehow kind of protected my head. I have no idea. But, um, I won't be able to walk for a long time, if ever. I don't want to say if ever, but my entire right side of my body is pretty much just shattered. Um, I was able to finally wear my own T-shirt today. I was actually able to finally wear um, that, but the only thing I haven't been able to do in a week is this thing. And I just tried it with my feet because I can't put any pressure on my legs, so I had to have my legs crossed right here while I sat right there with my legs propped here and try to make a bowel movement. They finally took my catheter out yesterday. It's been a week and a day now. A week was yesterday, Saturday morning, and the breathing's got easier. But the surgery was 5 hours long. I was under the knife for 5 hours. Once I put the X-ray pictures up on the GoFundMe page, you'll see. That's my nurse. Probably like, what's he doing in here? I don't have insurance. I tried to see if I could get it being a student. I don't know. I don't think it worked. I'm 34 years old. My mother doesn't have the money. I have a little money saved. I spent most of it to get the apartment that I'm at now so I could try to be there for my mom, being the only child. And my father passed when I was 12, and my stepfather said he's got a defibrillator, and he's just a mess. You know, he's fallen. She can't pick him up. I was there to come pick him up. Now, she's going to have to look after both of us, but me and my stepfather, he's very set in his ways, and I can't go to his house, and I have nobody to look after me in this town. And they won't let me leave here until I have a proper person that can look after me. So I'm gonna have to find a way to pay for a caretaker, I guess. Find a new place because I just can't go back there. And I'm gonna lose my deposit, I know. And I paid last month's rent for a year. I've only been there for like 6 months. And so I'm just asking, like I said, I don't even know if I survived the surgery. So yeah, I can't pass a bowel movement, and they've been giving me these stool softeners, and I just can't do it. And I don't know what I'm gonna do when I get out of here because I can't go. I came here. I had a good career working as a production assistant on little films and whatnot and TV sets, and it was decent money, and I pretty much used that to start back and to get into school and whatnot. they took the tube out of my lung finally, but it still feels weird, man. I'm not gonna lie, it feels weird. Um, Sometimes I wonder, like, if I could just die at any second, you know? And everybody just keeps asking me, what happened? How are you alive? Like, how did you survive? Like, I don't, it's like they don't believe me, you know? I don't know what to tell them. I don't know what to tell them. But I've got a really strong support group through movies, my love of the cinema, and they're the ones that I've been talking to. And I haven't even posted anything on my real Facebook, or my Facebook page, not my real Facebook, my Facebook page. I've just been talking to this group that's Schmoville, and it's just talking about movies, and they're a good community, and they were actually the ones that suggested the GoFundMe thing, and I'm not looking for handouts, but in order for me to leave, I've got to pass that bowel movement. I don't expect you guys to pay for that, but I got to pay for a wheelchair and find a new place. I put the security deposit, whatever that's gonna be, first month's rent. And if they're like the other place, they made me pay the last month's rent too. I don't know why they did it. Maybe my credit. So long story. I made this way too long and way too pathetic. Whatever you can do would help. I need a wheelchair because I won't be able to walk, they say, for like 3 more months, if that. But I've got this weird feeling I'm not gonna make it that long. I get these, dude, I mean, you can see my heart rate's at 132. My blood pressure is at 139/96. And I'm just sitting here talking. And my heart rate's at 131 now. But they're not going to keep me here forever. This is a really nice hospital, but I got transferred to this place because this is like a trauma center. And, but they're gonna kick me out, and I can't go to a rehab facility to try to learn how to walk because I can't afford one. I can't afford a wheelchair. I mean, I'm not gonna, to get out of this lease from this last place, I'm gonna have to lose my deposit and my last month's rent just to keep them happy without, just because I'm just abruptly moving out. But I can't go back there. I get nightmares, and so I'm not looking for something fancy. Just probably a $600 house, like a rent apartment or something, and then you got to think of the down payment you got to pay and all that. So I hope I'm not losing you guys by now. But anyway, the wheelchair's not going to be expensive. I mean, the wheelchair's not going to be cheap. The whole thing's just going to be expensive. I can't give you an estimate, but if you need any documentation to see that this is legit, I can prove it. Whatever you need. I'll try to put that on the website. Like I said, I'm new to this. But I have no friends. I have no brothers or sisters. I know I am used to traveling. I have friends back in other parts of the towns that I've met through the years, working and stuff, like Atlanta, but not friends that can really just be like, hey, and I've heard great things about the GoFundMe thing. So I'm just a guy with a punctured lung who can't walk, with no wheelchair, shattered fibular, femur, shattered ribs, and the parts that connects the pelvis to the femur, that's destroyed. That little ball, it's destroyed. I've got 17 staples in my gut where they did the surgery underneath my stomach. I've got pictures for that. This is bandaged up right now. You can't really. I don't want to get too graphic, but pray that I get a bowel movement, because they really want me to have one of those. But it really hurt me trying to have one. So there's my testimony. Whatever you can do, God bless you. And I almost wonder, would it have been better if but I'm not going to go there, because I am lucky. I'm blessed, I'm lucky, to even be able to talk. But if you saw what was underneath from here down, that ain't pretty, Always been kind of a loner. I guess that's growing up as the only kid in the country. Even though I don't have a southern accent, I was raised in the sticks of North Carolina. But this may have gone on too long. I'll post another video if I need to. My name is Mark Marshall, and anything you can do to help me with the wheelchair, the medical bills I can put, but whatever. I can work on that later, but somewhere to live, someone to pay for a caretaker, and just help with getting a wheelchair and a place and a caretaker. I don't know how much that is, but whatever you guys can do, if you can find it in your heart, I'd appreciate it. I'll show you getting me. I'll post videos of. Sorry, I will post videos of me, getting the wheelchair and getting the house, all that. So, hopefully, maybe this will work out. Somebody suggested you guys. I didn't even think of it. I just never. I've wanted. I've always tried to earn my keep, but I guess I was foolish to fall off a stupid balcony. But I had to live to tell about it, Anyway, I'm really insecure about how I look, and I'm just glad I don't have to wear that gown right now. That's the only way I have even nerve to talk to you guys. So I was wearing that gown, and I feel all insecure, but I got my cups, and hopefully that'll work. And heart rate is at 129 still. Oh, you guys can't see. I'm sorry.